Hi, I'm your host Mark Aaron, and welcome to In Focus by U Multicultural, where we focus on civic issues here in Winnipeg. And in today's episode, we'll be talking to Canada's Minister of Seniors on how the government is planning to help during the pandemic to the Winnipeg Senior Group. With me right now is Deb Shulte. Miss Schulte, how are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you, Mark?
I'm doing good as well. So, what was the biggest impact that COVID-19 has had on Winnipeg seniors and senior groups?
Well, thank you for that question because I've just finished the round
Yeah.
table that we had with 55 community leaders, and it was very interesting because they all had different experiences to bring to the table. But what the biggest impact that I heard around the table, virtually, obviously, was social isolation and housing. And so this is, where we have also been focusing as a government through the New Horizons for Seniors program last year. We added an additional $20 million because we could see the need for seniors. We also had $350 million that went to an emergency community support fund that went out to help community groups support those more vulnerable in communities across Canada. Great initiatives, connecting seniors through iPads, getting them connected to Zoom sessions for exercise and mental health and wellness. So these are things that I'm very interested to hear what they had been doing with the support that they received, and how we could better improve the program. And I also heard about housing, and just a little bit of an example there through our national housing strategy and our rapid housing money that we provided for COVID support and to help those more vulnerable. Recently, Minister Hussein announced $4.3 million in funding for the city of Winnipeg. And this funding will help provide 18 affordable modular apartments. So it was kind of nice to see that the initiatives that people were really concerned about are initiatives that our government's been taking action on.
And how is the government helping to support the cause in the near future and right now?
So just to let you know and let your listeners know and your viewers know that first thing we did was during the pandemic was to look to see how we could get supports out to Canadians and businesses to help them follow the public health measures, because we knew people needed to stay home
Mhm.
when they were sick to stay safe. They needed to make sure that they were following public health measures, and that meant that they would have restrictions on their movements, and this was going to create problems, especially for seniors. We've seen that that's been a real challenge. They are the most vulnerable. So what we did was provide additional funding, direct financial support to seniors through a GST credit in April, and then funding that provided 300 extra dollars for those on OAS, and if they were on guaranteed income supplement, they got an additional 200. And so that, with those two combined supports and direct tax-free payments, we were able to give a low-income couple over $1,500 of tax-free support to get them through the pandemic, in addition to allowing them, if they were working, to apply for our emergency fund, Canada benefit, that we were able to allow them to access the $2,000 a month. So, seniors were very much on our mind as we were working our programs to help support Canadians through the pandemic.
And if COVID-19 doesn't light up, because it's getting better in Winnipeg, but how can we support the senior groups long term?
So definitely, we see the light at the end of the tunnel. The vaccines are rolling now. We've got over 2.4 million vaccines distributed to provinces and territories, and we're starting to see them, getting in the arms, and obviously focusing on our more vulnerable, our older Canadians first. But in terms of additional support, we will continue with the programs that we're doing with New Horizons for Seniors, with our housing national housing strategy, to continue to get more affordable housing, especially for seniors as well. So, I can just be sure that if there is an extension of COVID, we will be there as a government,
Mhm.
though, with the supports required to get people through.
And which programs or community services are available for seniors with diverse backgrounds for immigrant families?
Absolutely good question. We have support through the New Horizons for Seniors program that is to community groups that are serving newcomers. Just an example of one, we have, it's called ANO Support Services for Older Adults, and they receive funding from New Horizons for Seniors to help them support those newcomers. But just be aware, the $500 million that we provided through emergency community support last year went to community groups, including groups that were supporting newcomers in Canada.
And how can Winnipeg communities help the senior groups, in your opinion?
Well, I mean, they are. I mean, if
Mhm.
you listen to the amazing work that was shared on the roundtable today, community groups in Winnipeg are stepping up to help seniors, to help all sorts of different sectors to get through the pandemic, and also to enhance their wellness and well-being. And so I can tell you for sure from what I heard today, there's a heck of a lot of community groups and individuals that are stepping up to help seniors and more vulnerable in Winnipeg.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Deb. And do you have any final advice for any Winnipeggers out there to help?
Absolutely. I want them to know that we have been there supporting Canadians, supporting businesses, supporting organizations, and we will continue to be there to get through this challenging time of the pandemic.
All right. Thank you so much for your time, Deb.
Thank you very much, Mark. You have a great day.
You
Okay.
too. Thank you. Well, that's it for today's episode of In Focus by U Multicultural. I'm your host, Mark Aaron, and thank you to the Minister of Seniors, Ms. Deb Schulte, for her time. Hope you stay safe and have a nice day.